how are you? Hope you're okay. How is mom and dad down there at home? I request you to be attentive, get ready for the lesson. It is time for P2 English lesson. And our theme today is food and nutrition, as you can see on the blackboard. Food and nutrition. I know we've already looked at this in literacy, the different examples of foods, but even us, we are going to look at the different examples of food, and our emphasis in English is going to be singular and plural. But before we go to singular and plural, let us mention, I think everybody has examples of food that we eat, that we use in our daily life. So I'm going to write a few examples of food on the blackboard. So some of the ones that I'm going to write on the blackboard are the examples of food are going to work as our vocabulary of the day. We are going to begin with the word fruits. As I pronounce that word, at home, keep spelling the word fruits. The word fruits is here. Fruits. This is one example of the food that we have at home. We have this word. We have this word. We have this word. We have cabbage. So we might not be able to write all the foods that we have on the blackboard, but we have just had a few examples. Our first one is fruits. Fruits. I know here we have different fruits that we enjoy. We have jackfruit, we have the watermelon, we have the oranges, we have the passion fruits, to mention but a few. We have this cassava, we have the rice, that most of you are busy enjoying. I know we love rice with meat. We have the milk, we have the cabbage, we have the tomato, we have the potato, we have the maize, we have the fish, we have the oranges. But like I've said, it is not all. We have different foods that are not even here. So with me, I came with my food, examples of foods on the chart that I'm going to display. Like we've already looked at these different foods, here are some of the pictures of more foods and some of the foods that I've mentioned. Here we have the beans, here we have the peas, here we have the peas, here we have the ground nuts. This is soya peas, these are green peas, these are peanuts, these are fish, this is meat, these are eggs. These are the examples of fruits. Pawpaws, we have pawpaws, we have oranges, we have pineapples, we have bananas, and we have passion fruits. That's why I brought in our first word as fruits, because fruits make a big percentage of the food that we eat. These are carrots, these are greens, this is cassava, this is matoke, this is sweet potato, this is millet, and this is Irish potato. Some of these spellings are here, and some of the spellings are coming more in our explanation. Like the way I began, I said that today we are looking at singular and plural, but specifically with the flow. So we are now going to learn how to form singular and plurals of these different foods. Now, we form plural form. We form the plural words in 3 categories. Some plural words add only s, other plural forms add letters es, and some other plural forms don't add any letter. So they just remain the way they are. So let us have some examples under each category briefly. So the first category, we are going to look at those plural forms in our vocabulary of the day, of the foods that add only letter s. I say plural form remember I said that singular means one and plural means more than one. We have always been saying that. So let us look at those words that add only letter s in their plural form. And those are going to be our examples. Those are going to be our examples. So here we have the word cabbage. In its plural form, it will turn into cabbages. We shall only add letter s. We also have our picture here, purple. Purple also in the plural form adds letter s, and the word will be purples. If you look at the bananas, we can have one banana, but if there are two, we can say 2 bananas. Banana. Now when you also come back to our vocabulary, we can have the word fruit. If there are more, like you can see here, these are fruits, pineapple fruits, they are 5. So we have fruits, we have many more words. So like I said, I'm giving you a few. When you are at home, you can add on the first group. Our second group are those words in their plural form that add letters es. Adding letters. I'm reminding you that in today's lesson, we are forming plural forms of the given words, all of the learned vocabulary. Here are plural forms that add letters es. We are those plural forms that are formed by adding letters es. Remember, we are looking at food. We are not bringing in any vocabulary outside food, because you could be wondering there at home. Our major emphasis today is food. So our first word is potato in singular, and the plural form is potatoes. We have mango in singular form, and the plural form is mangoes. And we also have tomato, and the plural form is tomatoes. You realize that this second group adds letters es, unlike the first group. So with potato, we add letters es on the singular form. Mango, we add letters es on the singular form. And tomatoes, we add letters es. And more to come. So we are going to our last category of the plural form. This form of plural does not change. The way the word is, or the noun is in the singular form, remains the way it is. So these don't add any letter. These don't add any letter. And in most cases, we can't count them. In most cases, they are uncountable nouns. In most cases, we can't say, I have two days. The first example that we have here is meat. We look at our meat. Do we say we have one meat? Can we say we have two meats? Can we say we have three meats? No, it is meat. So most of our plural forms here, they are uncountable nouns. So the first example is meat. Meat will remain as meat in the plural form. We also have milk. We also have milk, which is in the vocabulary. Milk. Milk remains the way it is. We cannot count milk itself. We have matoke here. We cannot count matoke, but we can count the bunches. But since our vocabulary is matoke, matoke will remain as matoke. I have matoke on my plate. So we can't count the matoke. Here we have more. We have the rice. That is also in the vocabulary. We cannot count rice on the plate. We cannot count rice anywhere in the sack, so rice remains as rice. So let us review what we've seen today. We have said that today we are looking at food and nutrition, and in particular we are looking at the singular and plural. And we have said when we are forming the plural form, they are formed mainly here in our keto class. Remember, this is primary 2. We are looking at the three different ways how we can form the plural form. I have said the first way that we can form the plural form is by adding letter S. Cabbage, as in a few examples that I gave. Cabbage, cabbages. Pawpaw, pawpaws. Banana, bananas. Fruit, fruits. Orange, oranges. And many others. Then we say the second category is plural form by adding letters ES. These are not very many, that's why I also gave a few. We have potato, potatoes, mango, mangoes, tomato, tomatoes. Then I say the third category and our last category for today's lesson are those words in plural form that don't add any letter. They don't add any letter. Like I said, they remain the way they are. And I said in most cases, such nouns are uncountable. We can't count them. I gave you an example of meat that remains as meat in its plural form. We have milk, it remains as milk. Matoke remains as matoke. We have sugar, remains as sugar. And many others. Hope we have picked something in today's lesson. We are looking at the different types of food, and in literacy we looked at the uses. Our interest in English is not the uses, but the plural form. Now I'm going to give you an exercise that you will do in your free time. So this is our activity. The instruction says, write the plural form of the underlined words. Write the plural form of the underlined words. Joel ate an apple yesterday. The underlined word in this sentence is apple. You're going to give its plural form as the answer. The mango is yellow. The underlined word in the sentence is mango. You're going to give its plural form. The fish, The fish is in the vowel. Our underlined word is fish. A tomato is red in color. So the underlined word is tomato. So you're going to give the plural form of the word tomato because tomato is in singular form. And the last sentence is, my baby loves rice. My baby loves rice. The underlined word is rice. So as you write the plural forms, remember that we have looked at three different categories. Plural forms that add letter S, those that add two letters ES, and those that don't change completely. Okay, have a nice time, stay home and stay safe. Bye.